I'm Brad Pitt, you're George Clooney, and No House Advantages Terry Benedict. And tonight we're taking on the house in No House Advantages versus the house contest, where we're going to try to net up to 20 times our money. That's how it works. If you get 5 picks correct, 5 player props correct, you're going to make up to 20 times your cash on No House Advantage. It's a great deal, and if you go to No House Advantage now using the link that you see in this description, they're going to match your first deposit up to $50. So you put in 50, you get 50. It's a great deal. Terry Benedict wouldn't give you that deal. So looking at this Thursday night, you know, by the way, if you need picks that don't come from my mouth, you can get them straight from the horse over at Stokastic.com. They got great projections for the Pick'em contest. It's the other kind of contest that No House Advantage offers. We submitted our picks for that one yesterday, so you should check that out as well. But Stokastic gives free projections for the Pick'em contest, and you can always go there for the best information and analytics when it comes to picking player props for No House Advantage. So for me, in this particular game, I'll start with the quarterback. I always usually like to start there. And I know there's a little bit of uncertainty around the Saints, even though I heard that Dalton is starting. But I'm going to be looking at Kyler Murray. His passing total that they have listed, he hasn't hit that number since week 2. And in both of the games that he's hit that, the Arizona Cardinals were down big, multiple touchdowns, so he was forced to throw. In any sort of games where they're remotely close, he hasn't hit that number. I know you're going to be saying they got DeAndre Hopkins back, but they lost Hollywood Brown, and this is Hopkins' first game back. And it's against a team that isn't going to be really pulling away from them with Andy Dalton under center. So I'm going to take the under on Kyler Murray passing yards. However, I do like a couple of his receivers. We know we're going to have Hopkins out there, and there's not going to be Hollywood Brown. Who has he been utilizing the most recently? And it hasn't even been close. Rondale Moore underneath with a bunch of receptions. We took this one in the Pick'em contest, but I'm going to take it here as well. Give me the over on Rondale Moore receiving yards. When you think that, Benjamin was limited, they don't know if Connor's going to play. Like I said, unknown about DeAndre Hopkins' status, of how much he's actually going to be out there. Rondale Moore, he'll get a couple behind the line of scrimmage. He'll catch a couple out there underneath. He's a great bet to hit that over. And then reliable Zach Ertz. Ever since he's arrived in Arizona, Kyler Murray has seemed to trust him. I mean, he's hit this number many times this year. And if Hopkins is out there clearing up space for him, just like he was last year, if you look after they acquired Ertz got a ton of looks every single week, and it was almost some of it at the expense of DeAndre Hopkins. So I think him being back in the lineup, Hopkins that is, helps Zach Ertz. So I'm taking the over on both Rondale Moore and Zach Ertz. So then you're thinking, well, what the hell are you going to do with the Saints? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the over on Alvin Kamara rushing yards. Why is that? Because they've shown that they're willing to utilize him in a workhorse role these last 2 weeks. He got a ton of carries these last 2 weeks, but now he didn't come through with them really last week, but the week before had over 100 rushing yards. And what did Kenneth Chalker III just do to this Arizona run defense? Alvin Kamara indoors on that field, he's a fantastic bet to hit that over on rushing yards. And then lastly, on the New Orleans Saints, I'm going to take the under on Chris Olave receiving yards. I know he's viewed as a sure thing, but that sure thing comes with Jameis Winston chucking the ball all over the place. We really don't have a huge sample size of Andy Dalton playing with Olave, but I believe in a close game. As long as this game is close and Dalton's not forced to throw more than he wants to, they're going to keep it on the ground. And, he's shown kind of an affinity to spread it around these last couple of weeks. Now, you can say that, well, that's because Thomas, Landry, and Olave haven't been there. However, I still believe this is a high number when Andy Dalton is playing during prime time. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go look at Andy Dalton's record and statistics during prime time. And those are the 5 picks that I got for you that I'm going to use versus the house tonight for Thursday Night Football. Remember to come back before Sunday. We're going to do the same exact thing with the Pick'em tournament. We're going to get those picks, try to win you thousands and thousands and thousands of cash. All right, everyone, enjoy the game on Thursday. Do me a favor, subscribe to the channel here, toss this video a like, and I'll see you next time. Take it easy.